Today's adventure takes us 20 miles northeast of Cleveland, Ohio, to a little city by the name of Willoughby. This story is about a young lady who in the winter of 1933 was struck and killed by a train in the small town of Willoughby, Ohio. As soon as I found the graveyard and entered, I was kind of surprised to hear this sound within an earshot away. On a frigid, cold, blustery winter night on December the 23rd, 1933, a lady arrived from the bus station wearing all blue. She was new to the town, and no one had ever seen her before. Once she arrived there, a kind stranger directed her to a boarding house owned by Mary Judd on 2nd Street. The lady didn't talk a lot, and she kept quiet and to herself. The next morning, she sat down in the rest area waiting for breakfast to be served. During the meal, she asked Mrs. Judd the directions to the main bus station and the local church. At 11 a.m., she headed off towards the downtown area of the town. An hour later, she returned, looking a little worried, and went to her room. When she came downstairs, she carried her suitcase and handed the surprised landlady the key. The girl settled her bill, and on the way out, she said, "Merry Christmas." Others recalled seeing her 1 block south of the boarding house. She seemed to be in good spirits and greeted people, telling them Merry Christmas as she walked through the town. The townspeople were keeping watch because they had never seen her before. She was dressed in all blue, a blue coat, a blue scarf, a blue hat. As she was walking through town, she greeted everyone by wishing them Merry Christmas. She seemed to have a smile, and everything seemed okay. And then, all of a sudden, as people were watching her, she would disappear into the woods. And this was strange behavior, the people had thought, so they kept their eyes on her. Emerging on the other side of the woods, she was faced with the railroad tracks stretching off into the distance. Suddenly, there was an eastbound flyer heading to New York, barreling down the track at her, doing about 65 miles per hour. She was seen to drop her suitcase, and then she sprinted toward the tracks. A glancing blow from the train sent her slight body hurtling through the air, landing on the gravel siding. Her short-lived life was tragically over. Her body was taken to a local funeral home. James McMahon, the undertaker, examined the girl and concluded she had died from injuries sustained in the train accident. Her cause of death was listed as a fractured skull. She was 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed 135 pounds and had reddish-brown hair and hazel eyes. When they tried to identify her, they had no luck. Inside her purse, she only had 90 cents, a railroad ticket to Corey, Pennsylvania, a handkerchief, trinkets, and nothing to identify her. Her suitcase was found nearby, but it only contained a towel, pencils, and envelopes. There was nothing to give authorities a name. A resident donated a burial plot in the village cemetery, and she was laid to rest. A collection was taken up for a plain headstone, which was inscribed, "In memory of the girl in blue, killed by train, December the 24th, 1933. Unknown, but not forgotten. Over the next 60 years, the young woman became a kind of ward of the city, and as her reputation grew, people would come to her grave to leave small tokens, flowers, and coins. But still, no one knew who she was. In 1993, a chain of events changed that, and her true identity was puzzled out. The girl in blue was Josephine Klimchek. Her nickname that she went by was Sophie. It was a combination of a news story and renewed interest in the mystery, coupled with some digging into tax and property records in Warren County, Pennsylvania, and also that ticket she had upon her possession to Corey, Pennsylvania, that sealed a pretty strong case and helped them solve the mystery of her identity. In 2002, a monument company donated a foot marker with her true identity. But since she was always known as the girl in blue, the original marker remains as well. Now that one mystery was solved, now that we know her identity, there are other questions that remain that will likely never be answered. Did she run toward that train on purpose? Or was it an accident? What was she doing there all alone in Willoughby? Only one thing is known for sure. For the people of Willoughby, Ohio, she will always be known as the girl in blue.